Yo, how's it going, Bears fans? Welcome back to another episode of the Bear Down Podcast. I'm your host, Chris, and today I'm joined by my co-host, Jaylen. How's it going, man?
What's up?
So today we are going to be previewing the game that the Bears have upcoming tomorrow on Thanksgiving Day against the Detroit Lions in Ford Field, Detroit, Michigan. Always a hostile environment to go play in, so we're just going to be basically overviewing the entire thing. So let's hop right into it. First off, one thing we haven't discussed the entire week because we haven't gotten time to and we haven't gotten the news about this until about yesterday is Mitchell Trubisky. So I'd actually like to start as Parth joins. What's going on, Parth? How you doing?
What's up?
We literally just started. So we're talking about Trubisky and the odds of him playing. It really seems like across the board, it's really a toss-up whether he plays or not this weekend. One thing I would like to say, obviously we know we can beat them if Trubisky does play. I'm a little bit cautious with him with his injury. He banged up his right shoulder a little bit in that game a couple days ago. Do you guys think the defense can carry us to a win if he weren't to play, if Chase Daniel comes in and plays? Because obviously when you think of Chase Daniel, he's a fine thrower. I'm sure he'd be able to get the balls to the playmakers. But he definitely doesn't have the playmaking ability that Trubisky has, and I know for sure he doesn't have the rushing ability that Trubisky has. So if Chase Daniels plays, where's your guys' confidence level at?
Rock bottom.
Yeah, I would agree. I'd be pretty cautious. Yeah.
I wouldn't say that. I would go like a 7. So I explained this to you before we started recording. Chase Daniels knows that the system. He's been in the system for a very long time. I'm not as confident as I would be if we had Trubisky if he doesn't play this game, but I still have some type of confidence because he knows this system and this defense is good enough to carry us. All Daniels has to do is not turn over the ball. This is an away game at Ford Field on Thanksgiving, and usually that Stafford plays good on Thanksgiving.
Oh yeah.
So if we cannot,
this defense is going to have to step up. If Trubisky doesn't play, this game's going to be huge for the defense. Because you already know Stafford, especially at home, he's going to be feeling it no matter what. The Lions are without Kerryon Johnson, and I'm pretty sure they also might be without Marvin Jones. And even if Marvin Jones does play, he's pretty banged up this week. I would say we kind of need Trubisky. And if Chase Daniels plays, man, you have to keep the ball away from Darius Slay because he's someone who's going to pounce on every opportunity he has to intercept the ball. If Trubisky doesn't play, I would expect us to try to rely pretty heavily on the run game. Detroit's run defense is pretty good, so we might be in a little bit of a pickle if Mitchell doesn't play. I heard he's pushing to play. It kind of really seems like a coin flip at this point.
Yeah, I think that. Nagy is trying to do what the Dolphins did to us in Week 6 when Tannehill hurt his shoulder. I think Tannehill's injury was worse than Trubisky's because he was.
Well, Tannehill hasn't played since then. He's playing this week. He hasn't played since Week 5.
Yeah,
but also Tannehill.
But they say they know where Trubisky is at, and they know he's not going to be out long term. But I kind of feel like Nagy is trying to do what they did to us. We didn't know who was going to start at quarterback until game time. And that kind of,
And Jaylen and I talked about this earlier, but we'll know who's starting for the Bears at 3 p.m. Eastern time, I think, when Tyler Bray will have to be activated if Chase Daniels the one that's starting.
That's when we'll really find out if Trubisky is playing
totally.
Promote Tyler.
Yeah, well, either way, let's get into this pregame show. We're gonna go over a couple segments to preview this game for you guys. Obviously, you can tell we're all a little bit nervous about it just due to the fact that Trubisky may not play. Honestly, if the Bears do end up losing this game, which might happen if Chase Daniel plays, man, I'm so happy that we beat the Vikings. Because, I would much rather be sitting at 7-4 with a loss with an injured quarterback than at 6-5 with a loss with a healthy quarterback and then a loss with an injured quarterback. So let's hop right into it. First off, we got our most important matchup. We had 3 key matchups come out yesterday with me and Jaylen. Let's get right back into that type of thing. Jaylen, I'll start with you. What's your most important matchup in this game?
Well, we basically been talking about this for like the last 5 minutes. It all matters about Trubisky's health. If he'll play in this game, that could be a huge key factor. Not even with just it being against, or not even being a matchup. It's just will he play or not? Because him playing and him not playing could could cause mayhem.
Yeah, I'll go next. I'm going to go with one that I said earlier this week, Kenny Galladay versus whoever's guarding him. It's going to be huge. I actually really like Kenny Galladay. I buy into him a lot. I think he's a receiver. He's on the come up. He's going to be a good receiver in a couple of years. He's a dual threat. I said earlier, he can do things in space. He can make throws. You can put it somewhere where a receiver normally wouldn't be able to catch it, and he'll go make a catch. So his catch radius is incredible. He's definitely someone to watch out for. We can't let him break out in this game.
I'm with our run game just because Trubisky's injured. He might not play. Even if he does, I feel like we have to rely on the run game a lot more just because of this. It's its throwing shoulder. But Jordan Howard's going to have to be huge in getting those, you could say, impact runs that he had against the Vikings in the first half. And we need to get this Detroit team. A lot of Bears fans in my comments and stuff is like underestimate Detroit Lions. Like, we can't underestimate this team at all.
Totally, yeah. It's a conference foe. We really can't do that. Let's go into deciding factors. Let's start with deciding factors that'll lose the Bears this game. I'm going to go first. A deciding factor that will lose the Bears this game is not if Chase Daniels plays, but if Chase Daniels... Is it Daniel or Daniels? I don't even know. Daniels with an S. Okay. If he plays and he turns the ball over, that's not going to do us well. Our defense is number one at points off turnovers. If we can get the ball in the offense's hand this game without letting Detroit get points, we got to take advantage and score points. Giving them the ball back, their offense is eventually going to be able to score. A defense can't stay out there and just shut a team out for a long entirety of time. You might say, well, the Bears have allowed some pretty good teams to some low amount of points. If the offense is constantly out there and our defense is constantly out there, it's going to get tiring and it's going to slowly and meticulously break down. So, yeah. If Chase Daniels turns the ball over if he plays, that's gonna lose the Bears this game.
I'm going to go with the ability to not get the run game going. Like, this is that game, there's been times where I've been saying we need the run game to get going, and it didn't, and we still won. And I feel like that was because of Trubisky's ability to pass the ball and pretty much scramble himself. But we might not see him, so that's going to take out those two factors, because I don't think Daniels is a solid passer. I mean, he's a backup for a reason. He only has 2 starts since 2014. He has 1 interception, 1 career touchdown. So there's nothing spectacular about him as a backup quarterback. I'm going to take shots at him all day. But so to get the run game going, especially with Pro Bowler Jordan Howard, he hasn't done much this year. I feel like it's needed this week. Terry Cohen, who's been solid all year in the passing game, but I've been looking at his average run per carry, it's not the best. So to get Tariq maybe motions, screens, those easy passes for Daniels plays, we need to get all that stuff going.
Totally. Jaylen, what do you think will lose the Bears this game? As you die in Fortnite.
Turning over the ball.
Yeah,
we cannot turn over this ball in this game because that will put our defense in a bad situation because we're so the way to win this game is we're relying on the defense like we have all season. If the defense is tired because we're turning over the ball, that could be a bad situation. Yeah.
Let's go into factors that'll win us this game. Let's go reverse order, Jaylen. Let's start with you. What's the factor that'll happen that can clue on to a Bears win this game?
The way Trubisky played last time he played Detroit, but it's being...
That's not guaranteed, though. That's not guaranteed that he's playing. So
no, you didn't let me finish.
Okay.
We need Chase Daniels to play how Trubisky played last time he played Detroit.
Oh, man. That seems like a tall order.
Yeah. That's a huge, especially I think it's 4th career start. I don't even
With
know.
a 148 passer rating, I don't know if Chase Daniels is doing that.
I mean, you never know. It's the NFL. Anything happens. Oh, my God.
All right. So now we're basically just assuming that Daniels is going to play. Nice. Totally.
I still don't think that's going to happen, but...
I can't really make a comment on it because it literally just seems 50-50. It's not really leaning one way or another.
Yeah.
There are trusted people saying no. There are trusted people saying yes. So I'm right down the gut. I don't really know what to say. Yeah. Parth, what do you think for this game? To win.
I think it's going to be stopping the Lions' offense little by little. I mean, against Minnesota, we had, you could say, 3 solid quarters of defense. Our defense was buckled up, got turnovers, got sacks, pressured Kirk Cousins looked trash pretty much. And we can pretty much do that to Matthew Stafford if we give him the pressure. He got sacked 10 times against Minnesota, 6 times against us. I think we can sack him for another 5 times, and that will definitely throw him off. So in order to get the pass rush, the coverage has to be good deep down, like especially guarding Kenny Galladay. Like you said, he's been amazing.
Yeah. To win this game, I'm gonna say the Bears. I'm gonna say the Bears got to. Simply just turnover. Get forced turnovers on defense. The Bears are the best team at scoring points off turnovers. I think we have like 88 points off turnovers, off like 27 turnovers that we've created this year. So just overall, getting the ball back to our offense in some pretty good situations would be nice, especially if Chase Daniel is playing this game. That would be huge. So getting us the ball back is going to be massive in this game. So next we're going to head into step on up. We're each going to pick one player on the Bears offense, one player on the Bears defense who needs to step up. For the offense, let's not say Chase Daniel. Let's try to go with other players outside him because we know if he plays, it's obvious that he's going to have to step up. Let's start on the defensive side of the ball. Parth, who do you see having to step up in this game?
Roquan. I feel last game was probably one of his worst games of his career where he missed that tackle on Stephon Diggs. He also allowed Kyle Rudolph to get a couple catches. So I feel like Roquan needs to pretty much finish those tackles because we can't allow Detroit to get big plays and gain momentum on us, especially since it's a home game. And then the interesting stat is, though, I don't know if you guys brought it up, but home teams are currently 9-2 on Thursday games. So that's in Detroit. It's in Detroit, so that's going to be huge.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think the date matters. I don't think Thursday matters, but just being at home for them is big.
Thursday games,
but I don't think it being on a Thursday matters. I think just them being at home matters, and it being primetime. Technically, primetime matters. I was also gonna say Roquan Smith, so I'm actually just gonna stick with him and say Roquan Smith as well. This is a big game for Roquan. He had a really good game against Detroit. He proved to all of us that he could be a decent pass defender. He wasn't really brought to Chicago to be a pass defender, but he was pretty good on Kerryon Johnson throughout that game against the Lions, the first one. He had a sack or 2 on Stafford that game, and also I think 8 or 9 tackles. And then he also had the good week before that in Buffalo, so he had been on a good little streak. He wasn't too great last week, but if he can pick it back up this week, that would be awesome to help us. Jaylen, who do you think's got to step up this week for the Bears? On defense.
Chase Daniels.
On defense.
I'm going to keep Chase Daniels until it's not Chase Daniels.
We're talking about defense.
I'm going to have to go. Huh?
We're talking about defense.
Oh, sorry, I wasn't paying attention. On defense, Kyle Fuller, because he might be guarding Kevin Galladay. Kenny Galladay. And Kenny Galladay is a beast. His catch radius is amazing. That catch he made against the Panthers where he stretched out his body. That was amazing. So I feel like we have to contain him if we're going to win this game.
Yeah, so we'll go back to you, Jaylen, because now we're doing offense. I think we know who you're going to pick, but we'll just go right back to you.
Chase Daniels, like I said before. It's going to be Chase Daniels until it's not Chase Daniels. If we're going to win this game, it all relies on him. So,
yeah. I'm going to go Trey Burton. He's normally a threat in the middle of the field. He had 1 catch for 9 yards last week. Just generally, I think for him, he needs a better week for himself, and he's really helpful in this offense. Obviously, Chase Daniels, if you look at him, he was in Kansas City. He'd probably be pretty familiar with a guy like a Travis Kelce. The Bears have been trying to use Trey Burton like a Travis Kelce, and Trey Burton's been a pleasant surprise, and when he's been playing well, it's been good for him. So I'm going to go with Trey Burton. Needs to step up this week.
I'm going to go with Pop. Like that game needs to be there no matter who's the quarterback.
Thunder and lightning.
Just because of Trubisky or Chase Daniels. I don't know if I can trust this guy yet. So the run game needs to be absolutely reckoning against this Lions defense, who's actually pretty underrated. I'm pretty sure they're like 6th in guarding the pass and like 15th or something like that in guarding the run. So having a solid run game, helping out the quarterback, move the chains, or even like in the red zone when we need to score. The run game needs to be there.
Totally. Let's get into our predictions. Who's going to win and why? Jaylen, I'm going to start with you. Who you think's going to take this one?
If Trubisky plays, I'm going to go with the Bears 24-10. If Chase Daniels plays, I'm going to also go with the Bears, but 17-20.
Okay. Parth, who do you got?
If Trubisky plays, I'm gonna go with the Bears 28-17, and if Chase Daniels plays, we're gonna lose this game, and we're gonna lose badly. I'm gonna go with 30-17.
Yeah, if Trubisky plays, I'll go 24-21 Bears. Chase Daniels plays, we're losing this game. You can try to prove me wrong if you'd like Chase Daniels, but I just don't see you making the type of plays that Trubisky can make. So yeah, that'll pretty much do it for this episode. Obviously, I know we're all a bit on edge about what's going to happen tomorrow. I guess we'll know today by 3 p.m. what the quarterback situation is. But that'll pretty much do it for us, guys. I'm Chris. On your right is Parth. On your left is Jaylen. You can find all of our social media Bears fan pages down in the description. And you can follow the podcast social medias as well at Bear Down on Twitter and Instagram. If you did enjoy this episode, please do us a favor, smash a like on it, subscribe, turn on post notifications. We post a ton of Bears content, so you can watch all that and become a fan. And yeah, that'll pretty much do it for this one. And we'll see you guys in the post-game show, probably on Friday, because obviously Thursday's Thanksgiving. We'll be with our families. So hopefully Friday morning you guys will see that. We'll see you in the next episode, guys. Peace.